Okay, so now we are going to learn about friends and family. So the first word we have is la madre, which means the mother. La madre. And the second one is el padre, the father. El padre. La madre, the mother. El padre, the father. And an easy way to remember these ones is that madre starts with the letter M, like mamá, mama, mamá. And padre starts with the letter P, like papá, papa, papá. So madre M, padre P. Okay, let's try the examples. The first example is la madre y su bebé. The mother and her baby. La madre y su bebé. And the next one is el padre duerme con su bebé. The father sleeps with his baby. And here we have the conjugations for dormir, which means to sleep. So, la madre y su bebé, the mother and her baby. El padre duerme con su bebé. The father sleeps with his baby. Okay, and the next one we have is la hija, the daughter. La hija. And we also have el hijo, the son. El hijo. And an easy way to remember these ones is that hija ends with the letter A, so it's female. And hijo ends with the letter O, so it's masculine. So A for female, O for masculine. Hija, hijo. And let's try the next one. La madre y su hija están en el carro. The mother and her daughter are in the car. La madre y su hija están en el carro. And we also have el padre y su hijo. El padre y su hijo juegan. The father and his son play. El padre y su hijo juegan. And the next one is la hermana, which means the sister. And we have the same concept. If you change the letter A for O, we get el hermano, the brother. So hermana with letter A, sister. Hermano with letter O, brother. So that's quite simple. And the examples we have are las hermanas están acostadas. The sisters are laying down. Las hermanas están acostadas. And we also have los hermanos están caminando. The brothers are walking. Los hermanos están caminando. Las hermanas están acostadas. So acostadas is for laying down, but we have to use the conjugation for to be because they are doing it. That's the verb. And the next one, we have to use also the conjugation for to be with estar and caminando, which is walking. So they are walking. Okay, let's try the next one. Here we have la abuela, which means the grandmother. And if you change the A for an O, we get el abuelo, the grandfather. So la abuela, the grandmother, el abuelo, the grandfather. Okay, and the example we have is mi abuela me da comida. My grandma gives me food. Everybody's grandma. Mi abuela me da comida. And the next one is mi abuelo me da dinero. My grandpa gives me money. Mi abuelo me da dinero. So this is a grandma-grandpa thing, apparently. Mi abuela me da comida. Grandma gives me food. Mi abuelo me da dinero. My grandpa gives me money. Okay. And the next one we have is la tía, the aunt. La tía. And for masculine, we have el tío, the uncle. So similar like the other ones, tía, a, aunt. Tío, o, uncle. Okay, let's try the first example. Mi tía es la hermana de mi mamá. So we're actually using lots of words that we just learned today. Mi tía, my aunt, es la hermana, is the sister de mi mamá, of my mom. My aunt is the sister of my mom. And the next one is tu tío es muy cool. Your uncle is very cool. So in Spanish, the word for cool is the same one as in English, with a little bit of a Spanish accent, muy cool. So cool, and in Spanish we say cool. So we put the Spanish accent for it, but we use the same English word. So if you want to say, you're very cool, tú eres muy cool. You're very cool. Okay. And the next one we have is la prima, which is the cousin, but female. And el primo, the cousin, but masculine. And this is something that we have in Spanish, because in Spanish you have to specify the gender. So if you're gonna meet with your female cousin, you have to say that she's female. There's no other way, prima. And if you're meeting with a male cousin, you have to say that he's a male, primo. So in English, you will just say my cousin. And you don't know if it's female or male, it's just a cousin. But in Spanish, you specify the gender. So we get a little bit more information in Spanish than in English, but some people don't really like that. Okay, let's try this one. Nuestra prima está nadando. Our cousin is swimming. And prima with the letter A means it's a female cousin, so it's telling you that it's female. And the next one is sus primos están corriendo. So this is actually, this one means their cousins are running. And whenever you talk plural, you have to use the male conjugation, the male form. So primos. And when you use the plural form, you do not know if it's female or male. So you might have both together. If they're mixed, you would just use the male one. But if they're all female, you have to say primas. So it specifies that they're all female. But if they're mixed, male and female, you say primos. Okay, let's try the next one. Here we have la amiga, the friend, female, and el amigo, the friend, masculine. And this is the reason why a lot of people don't like this from Spanish. Because if you're going to meet with a female friend, you have to say that she's a female friend. There's no other way around. So if you say, I'm gonna meet with my female friend, people will be like, oh, you're meeting with a female friend, something is happening. Or if you're meeting with a male friend, you have to say that he's male. So they'll be like, oh, it's a male friend. So you get more information, and that's the reason why people don't like this about Spanish. People will start to question, like, oh, he's meeting with a female friend or a male friend. So in Spanish, they tell you that's a little bit problematic. Okay, so the example we have is mi amiga está estudiando. My friend, female friend, is studying. Mi amiga está estudiando. And the next one is mi amigo no está estudiando. My friend, which we know it's masculine, is not studying. Okay, so let's try the next one. Here we have la esposa, the wife. And if you change the letter A for O, we have el esposo, the husband. El esposo. Okay, la esposa, the wife, el esposo, the husband. This is quite simple. And the example we have is tu esposa está enojada. Your wife is angry. Tu esposa está enojada. And the next one is su esposo está trabajando. Her husband is working. Su esposo está trabajando. Okay, so that's it for this one, and thanks for watching. So now it's your turn to practice Spanish. You can find the lessons Quizlet by going into the lecture resources folder. Thanks for watching.